dude.
Start streaming. Go back here. How we doing
Now,
here? All right, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we should be live somewhere.
There it is.
Okay, here we go.
we're 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we on, JB?
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right, guys, for those of y'all coming in, welcome back to another round of Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. We've got JB on from Big Red EDC. We're just kind of free-forming it. If you're coming in the room, we'll try to get, let's try this time to get to a few comments if we can.
Sure.
Guys, if we can't, I apologize. This is kind of our first time doing this. And JB, you do a live every week, right?
I do Saturday nights. Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about that, how that came to fruition. And
well, it kind of, I started seeing other people doing live streams, obviously, and just being part of the community, I wanted that so-called immediate interaction, right?
Right.
That's what I was looking at. And I'm like, okay. So I just kind of started talking about it, and my wife, I was like, man, I'd really like to do it, but I didn't know when to do it, for the simple fact that obviously you don't want to, Friday, Saturday nights, those are prime time for people because that's when everybody's usually off work, and all this other stuff. Now, I work swing shift and my wife works day shift. We don't see each other, but on the weekend.
Right.
And I wanted to do something where I didn't take a lot of time away from her.
Yeah.
God love her. She's put up with my crap for 32 years, man. I mean, why screw that up now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That congratulations on that, man. That in this day and age, that's awesome.
That
Is
definitely
that
is.
Miss Nelly? Is that Miss Nelly?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Awesome.
And so I was like, I'm a night owl. I work swing shift, and I'm usually up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, getting off work, and then I got to have my downtime. And, just like you guys, people that work the 9 to 5, they got their downtime in the evening. So I was like, man, how about I do it late Saturday, do it later on Saturday night. And she's like, that'd be cool. And then you could call it Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And I'm like, I both love and hate you at the same time right now, because that is absolutely genius.
Yeah.
And that's all her, man. That's it. That was not me. That was her. That was her idea. And I'm like, that's brilliant. And that's how it started.
Well, I got to tell you,
that's how it happened.
JB, I've caught a couple of your lives. You're good at it, bro. I mean, you're fluid. You're natural.
I have fun.
You're yourself. You're having fun. I mean,
that's all I'm doing, man. I'm just having
great,
fun.
And
that's
it's just,
all I'm doing.
Everyone joining in and they're adding input. I mean, I have tried some lives. Scab says I'm really good at it, but I don't know. But I have fun doing it.
That's the thing.
I feel like I'm more at ease and comfortable in front of the camera. Because listen, I have been all my life behind the lens. So venturing in front of the lens was a big change for me.
Oh, yeah.
So just people don't understand how it is to be the content creators do, but being in front of the lens and having to, just do your thing, do your due diligence, have the knowledge and get your details right and say the right things. And God forbid you don't, you'll be hung for it. But
you'll hear about it.
There's something about lives that I just feel like I can be myself, be natural, be at ease, and be comfortable doing it. And it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's a lot of fun just kind of seeing everybody. I mean, I wish I could actually hear their voices and speak to them. I'm a talking guy. I mean, that's just me.
Of course.
But it is. I do like the lives, and you do a great job, JB. I mean, honestly, I've seen a couple of lives where I kind of went in, went out. But I feel like I want to stay on your lives for a lot longer because I just feel like you just handle them really well.
Well, and then I'm trying to create that community.
Yes.
And that's the whole focus of my live stream. The whole focus. Yeah, we talk about knives. Okay. We talk about knives. We talk about maybe a flashlight, a wallet, something, we talk about stuff. And we'll of course go down those rabbit holes. We've dug into the 80s hair metal, and we've gone down those rabbit holes. But that's what I want. I want a place where somebody can come in. I usually go between an hour 15, hour and a half, you know. If somebody can come into that live stream and, pardon my French, but forget about the shit in their life for an hour.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want. Forget about everything. Forget about all the crap that's weighting you down. Come in, have fun. Forget about all the junk, and let's just have some fun. And that's really what it's for.
Perfect way to sum it up. Perfect.
Yeah, it's exactly what I want. Perfect. And I think we do pretty good with that. I think we do. And I tell you what, one of the best comments I've got since I've started doing this is, it was maybe a month or two ago. It was a comment on one of my videos, and they said, "Man, I love your videos. It's like sitting down and talking knives with my buddy."
Yeah.
Right.
That's by far the best comment you could ever get.
Absolutely.
Well, you both do a fantastic, and I watched a couple that Miss Nellie helped you out with.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot.
I think she's getting a little bit of a following. It's definitely not her. It's not something that she wants to do all the time. She's asked me if she could start helping me, because I do the live streams normally at 10 Pacific time. So for all my East Coast friends, it's late.
Yeah.
But I have so many of them that stay up. I've had them tell me they take a nap beforehand so they can be ready for it. I got people overseas in the UK that it's early. It's I think 6 a.m.
Right.
They set an alarm so they can get up and be
That's awesome.
Again, how cool is that?
That is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's humbling.
That's just awesome.
It's humbling.
It is. It's
humbling.
Hugely,
It really
incredibly humbling.
Yeah.
I mean, but the first one of the month, like this coming week, is the first Saturday in October. I do an early one for those people that can't make the later one. I understand that the later ones are what works for me in my life.
Right.
You know, but I was like, hey, you know, I'd like to do talking with her. I'd like to do at least one early one a month, just to talk to those people that I don't normally get to talk to. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. You know, well, now she's I think she's maybe got the bug just a little bit, and she wants to help. And I know Jason Brown's in the chat. He calls her his BFF. They're just, people are starting to really enjoy her being a part of the channel, which, I mean, again, that's just really awesome that they accept, you know, it's part of the package, you know, and it's, her and I have done some discussions about potentially starting a completely different channel with her and I, and, her family has a pretty, unfortunately, they have a lot of cases of dementia in the family. Her mother is suffering from it right now. And dementia is one of those things, it doesn't care. It wipes out what it wipes out. And so we're kind of thinking about starting a channel, just basically, it's kind of more like a vlog, like a life blog, for that reason, in case it happens to her. It happened to her mom. It's happened to her grandmother. So she's a little bit concerned, and we want to kind of, because you know, photo albums, right? Photo albums used to be the video vlog, right?
Right.
That used to be how we used to. But now we've gone to the digital age, so there's no more like pictures, and we've kind of gotten away from that. And that's something like that is kind of taken the place of the photo album, the family photo album type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's something we've talked about. That's about as far as we've got so far, you know. But we're talking about it. So who knows? We might. I
like it. I mean, I enjoy, like I said, I enjoy your lives. I enjoy Joe's. You both have fun, and I've watched maybe one or two where Miss Nellie's helped out, and it does. It's like Megatron with me, with my wife with me.
Yep.
Joe calls her my ace in the hole, my hot hand, you know. But there's just something about sharing that
yes
with the person you love.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And so, you know, I think that's an incredible idea. And if you guys do that, let us know. And we'll do everything we can do to follow and to support, because I think that's phenomenal. I really do. And I think this whole community would jump behind that in a heartbeat. And obviously thoughts and prayers are to Miss Nellie and her family, because that's tough to deal with.
It is.
That's hard.
It is.
And it's indiscriminate, like you said. It's indiscriminate.
Yeah,
and I'm sure, and from looking at the chat, there's a lot of people that have that in their families, and they can sympathize with how difficult it is to kind of how your loved ones go through that, and just feeling like you're helpless.
Yeah.
And I see some people commenting here already that's saying they're going to sub to her because they have the same issues in their family. So that's a great thing. That would be a great thing.
That calling may be there.
Huh?
You know, that might be a calling.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
Just let us know, and that's awesome. Now, you guys, who started the lives? Because I know a lot of you West Coast guys have a live stream, or it seems like a bunch of you guys, y'all do it more than we do it. I know Joe will come on randomly, and he does a great job because, like you said, JB, for an hour, you can escape. And the one thing that I'll say about both of you guys in your lives that I enjoy, I work a goofy shift as well, JB. So when I get off and Joe's live or you're live, I can go in there and it's just like work goes away. Whatever it doesn't matter the topic. That's the whole point of community. And you can just escape. But who I know a lot of you guys do the lives. Who kind of started that trend? Do you know?
Well, I don't know who started it. I can tell you.
Not a good one. Who did you
I know. Jimmy Slash. I don't know if you're familiar with Jimmy Slash at all, but he was one that I really, really started watching, and because there again, he had a community built, and God love the guy. I was part of his community, and I would join his live streams and what he does with his Piff and Piffmas. And you want to talk about community and giving. My God, that guy. Holy cow.
Josh is big.
Yes.
Yeah, he knocks out of the park.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, and he gave me a huge boost when I started out, and you go to bed one night and you got 20 subscribers and you wake up the next morning and you got like 150. You're like, that feeling is like, I made it. Trust me, it a lot of help. But his was probably the first one that I really, really took part in and really, just there again, lost myself in, and you could just go, because he just had fun with it. Yeah, it was just fun.
He does, he actually, like, as far as shout outs, and I was going to ask you this, JB, and you kind of answered it, but I want you to go a little more detail. I can tell you, Backyard Samurai Ken, Donnie B All Day, and Jimmy Slash are the three. Now, there's been a ton, and Lord, guys, if you're a content creator and you shouted me out, I'm not leaving you out. I'm just saying that those three move the needle big time. And paid it, and all three pay it forward.
Right.
Jimmy Slash was a huge boost, and he carries that presence. Josh carries that presence, and he's an awesome guy. Who are some others that helped you along, JB? I'm talking about and guys, this isn't about ranking somebody or more.
No.
It's just people that move the needle. Who moved the needle for you?
Josh. Jimmy Slash was obviously the first one. He was definitely. I mean, Zach has definitely helped out. Yeah. I know there's been a little bit of controversy through surrounding Brian at Slicey Dicey, but he really helped me out.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah.
He really did. And I mean, there's been so many, and that's kind of, when I started out, there was a bunch of us. I know Rick, he's in the chat right now. He mentioned my good friend John, Grateful Panic. There was a bunch of us that kind of, myself, John at Grateful Panic, let's see, Blue Collar Survival, Jack Farm Boy, Woodland Tactical, Zeb, when he was Woodland Tactical, we all kind of formed this bond, and we formed our own little group and helped one another out.
That's kind of what we've done over here.
Yeah, exactly. And, when people ask me, about starting a channel or whatever, I was like, do that. Find someone that's about your size, just starting out, and help one another out.
Yeah.
You help one another grow. And I think we're seeing a lot of that. You mentioned Gary, the last Ranger here.
Yeah.
In the previous one. He's got the under 1K wall. He's always shouting out these people that are under 1K, under 1,000, and the small channels. That's absolutely awesome. It's brilliant. I love it. But that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, we have we call it the bib, Brothers in the Blade. Now there's some sisters in there as well. And I got it, Joe. I've got this mentioned Eric Hussein and Captain Electro, and again, the reason, and my guy Mikey from Cerebral Ballsy, who I love. That guy.
Yeah.
Listen, people think I'm bullshitting with that. Mikey saved my life, and I love that guy. But we and there's so many people in it now. I mentioned earlier My Bad Adventures and Brothers in the Knife, Salty Red Corn. I try to shout out as many. Wandering in the Wilderness is another one.
Yeah.
I try to shout out as many of these guys as I can, not to get it back. I got accused. Somebody said one time, "Oh, you're just clout chasing." I said, "No, I was famous before I started this. But if I'm chasing clout on somebody with 10,000, am I chasing clout on somebody that's got 25 subs?
Yeah.
Are they? Come on, dude. If I can help somebody out, because before doing this channel, and again, it's not like this is hard, strenuous work. I've done that in my life. But for everybody that wants to start a channel, as long as it's not like tanning your taint or something like that, let us know, and we'll help you out. Tina, Living for Big E.
What's up, Tina? I know Tina's in the room.
Yep, yeah. Tina's here. Yep.
Her husband, Eric, was one of my best friends, probably my best friend, and he passed last year. So she's special to me, but she stepped out doing the Fatwood Fires and doing. We're going to support that.
Yep.
Yeah. If you JB right now, who are some guys that we can help? We know Zach, and to revisit that, guys. Now listen, Zach's stuff. Zach 'S stuff. That's right. I don't want to be like an idiot.
Yep. Nope,
that's right. We're trying to get him to 10,000. If he gets to 10,000, JB is going to donate $100 to the charity of Zach's choice. Joe is going to match that. I'm going to match that, and Zach is going to match that. So that will be a $400 donation to the charity of Zach's choice to get to 10,000. Go over and hit subscribe. For Donnie B all day, trying to get to 10,000. There's going to be so many knives and stuff given away over that. And listen, yes, it's random, but I promise you they'll be going to people. One, there'll be a bunch of random, but I always pick somebody in a giveaway, not every giveaway, maybe one in every 3 or 4 that may or may not be a veteran, that may or may not be down on their luck. So my point being is this. Subscribe to these guys, folks. But JB, because I'm going to shut up rambling, because I will do that. Joe's like, dude, shut the hell up. JB, who are some guys that we can help? Maybe under that 1,000 mark. We know there's Joe. Joe's like the Tiny Tim of the night world. Let's get Joe there. Hey, here's one announcement real quick. If we get Joe to 1,000, Blade Talk is going to be its own channel.
That's the plan.
We're going to start our own.
Nice. Awesome. Yep. Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
Again, to spread the word. But JB, give me 3 or 4 real quick, man. Well, take your time, but give me 3 or 4 people that we can help right here.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. RJ's Knives. He's probably right around that maybe 500-ish mark. Love what RJ's doing. He's a working. I've done a channel chat with him. Great guy. I love it. He's got a great spirit, and he's just an awesome dude. That's one. Let's see. Who can my buddy Blue Collar Survival. Now he's a little bit bigger.
That's okay.
I think he's right around the 2,000 mark, but man, there again, he's a brother from another mother. He was one of that first group that we kind of got together. He's an awesome dude. Justin is fantastic. If you haven't seen Justin, he does a little skit called Sales Guy. If Sales Guy doesn't make you laugh, you don't have a sense of humor. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. It's awesome. And of course, my buddy John, Grateful Panic. He's a deadhead. I love the guy. He's so much fun. Again, he's one of that group. And you mentioned KC earlier. Yeah. KC from Knives Fest. KC actually had a channel for like 6 years. Yeah. And it was just kind of, it wasn't like hardcore serious into it.
Right.
But he's just recently got that way, and just some wonderful people. Oh, there's so many.
Has he passed 2,000 yet? Has Casey passed 2,000?
Not yet. I think he's just went over that 1,900 mark. He's getting close.
Well, let's get in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good ones out there. Alex's Knives and such. We mentioned Dual Sport Survival. He's starting over. Like I said, he took a break for a little while, but he's getting back into it. The guys the chat's lighting up, man. Exactly. Yeah. Grumpy Grunts one. Lions Jewelry and EDC, absolutely. Z-Man, he's right down the road from me. We met up a couple of times and had beer. He just started a channel. I think he just hit 100.
Awesome.
Great. A couple more that we just got. Lions, had just been over 100, and it wasn't this past week. I believe it was the week before. Lions Jewelry, we got him a little bit of a boost on my live stream, and we got Addicted to Blades 2. We got him over 100 on my live stream. Nice. That was awesome. There's so many for sure.
Well, tell everybody, and again, guys, I apologize. I don't have the chat in front of me. If you got somebody, put a link. Can we do that? Can they put a link, Joe, in the comments?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anybody wants to put a link to anyone. Actually, a couple people just sub Tina just from us talking to her, because I got people saying I sub Tina. So it is. People are responding, which is awesome. And thank you, guys. Thank you.
Guys, that one to me is personal.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
So, yeah, and if we can help people, let's do. And what we'll do is when these things replay, I want y'all to put them in the comments. That way when they replay, I will personally do it, and make sure that they do it. Let's go through and sub. Guys, it's a click. It's a click.
Very easy.
That's it. A click and what I've had a lot of people, JB, like one of my big goals, like with doing this and shouting people out is, and I read this statistic because I knew to get Megatron on board, to get my wife on board, she just kind of rolls her eyes and laughs and goes on with it, and she gets me like, she'll get me 100 extra views, and I'm like, gee, I wonder why. But one statistic that I had, only 1 in 10 YouTubers ever get to 100. Only 1 in 10.
Wow.
So if we can get people to 100, I mean, we can't build it for you. You got to put in the work.
Right.
Everybody puts in the work. That's part of it. But dude, if we can get people to 100, people say, Scab, why do you shout people out? Listen, if we can get a group, people don't listen to one, but they'll listen to an entire community. and you build that community and you strengthen that community. And it goes back to the old adage, you can break one stick, but I think it was the Romans who would take that bundle.
Yeah.
And you're not breaking that bundle. So if we can grow together, that's what this whole thing's about. I love knives. I was sitting here, I got a couple in front of me. One of the budget ones, JB, and I wanted to get some opinions on it.
Okay.
Is the CRKT EDC, CEO EDC. Now, if y'all know me, y'all know I love big, bashing, crashing knives. Okay? But this thing, there's just something about it. It's got that IKBS pivot system. And Red, this is straight budget, brother. I mean, it's 8CR MOV.
Yeah.
It's the glass and filled nylon plastic. But
right.
Like you said, man, I mean, and I've got knives, God knows I do, that I would not have. Captain Electro gave me a damn Medford Praetorian T in S90V. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I'm blessed beyond measure, and I love it, but I've sat here and played with this thing the whole time we've been talking. And in the comments, guys, I want everybody to understand this too, and I'm not trying to hijack the thing, and y'all interrupt me anytime, but I see this a lot. Well, I can only afford this. Man, love what you have.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I seen a thing, a guy said, if you focus on what you have and enjoy what you have, you'll always be satisfied.
Oh,
if you
without a
focus
doubt.
on what you don't have and always love, you'll never be satisfied.
Absolutely.
And I know that's
100%.
easy to say with all the knives, but if
I know.
put in the comments, y'all put your favorite knives. The price don't matter. If it's $5, if it's $1,000, load the comments up and let's see what your favorite knives are.
The good thing about EDCs and knives, I mean, the market is so competitive.
Oh,
so competitive. So there's so many great deals you can get out there. I mean, I just reviewed this and I spoke about it before, but this Buck Bantam, okay, 286, I mean, is really an amazing knife. I mean, what is this, about 30 bucks, Scab?
Yeah.
Somewhere around 30 bucks, you know?
Yeah.
Boss heat treatment. I mean, it's just, I mean, it fits your hand. It's a wonderful knife. And you could really get some great deals, I mean, for the most part. Can't say the same thing with my swords. That's a totally different.
Yeah, your swords are not budget.
That's a totally different thing altogether. Like, you can't really shop budget swords the same, because you get a budget sword.
You get a $5 sword, you're in trouble.
You're getting crap. So, so it's not the same thing.
I'll go from this.
Right.
These little Rough Riders, they cost like $15 maybe, you know, and for what they are, I mean, they're fantastic little knives.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
They're just fantastic little knives.
Nice looking.
And I love this knife. I love this knife about as much as I love this knife. The Benchmade Mini Adamas. Yeah. You know? Vastly different worlds when you talk about, I mean, you talk about everything from quality to price to, you know, but it doesn't matter. If this is what you can afford, live it, love it, have fun with it. And if you're the guy that only goes after those $2,000-$3,000 custom knives, you know what? If that's your game, go for it.
Right. Do what makes you happy. Do what's comfortable in your hand, and that's really what it comes down to. You know,
exactly.
It's
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
This is when JB turned me on to all this thing, man. Thank you.
Denim micarta work knife. Love that little guy.
Yeah, man.
Love that little knife.
Love it.
Absolutely.
And I've got this one too. My little Buck Bantam. I'll tell y'all this, and then we'll go on to something else. They make a bigger version of these, Jay. Yeah. Heavier knife. You remember those in the 90s? The Buck had a knife. It was a little bit bigger than this. Somebody help me out in the comments. It was about 50 or 60 bucks. So it was a little more, you know, I thought about it. My grandfather, old World War II vet, passed in 89. He was my hero. He was my guy. If I spent on knives, he'd probably kill me, honestly. Son, what are you doing? But I used to bounce. I bounced for 20 years. One night, little altercation, I'll make it quick, little altercation breaks loose, and I came out on the winning edge. Well, it made the guy mad, and he come out with a knife, right? So I go to pull mine. I go to pop it, JB, and I threw it about 30 feet over kids' heads, people's heads, come straight out of my hand. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I'd done closed the gap, and I'm thinking, Lord, and I managed, I played it off. I'm like, I don't even need a knife. And I'm thinking, I'm dead.
Right.
I'm dead. But it wasn't meant to be on that night, and I felt like an idiot, so I never did that again.
Right.
But I don't, what is the name of the bigger version of this?
Buck Ultimate Hunter?
Maybe it was a really good pocket.
I'm trying to think.
I lost probably 5 of them. It was the same as 420 steel, Paul Boss heat treat, but it was heavier than this. And I love the things. The thing about Buck, and it's my own stupid fault. Like I don't carry this in the woods, Chevy. In Florida, it's gone. I got one for fall carry one time, and I dropped it in the fall, and there it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I hear you.
I've lost more. Moving on. We've talked about Miss Nellie.
Yep. I'm
really, really, really thinking and praying for y'all. And if y'all do that other channel, man, I'm 110% behind you.
Me as well.
We've talked about some live streams. Mm-hmm. We've talked about budget knives. We've talked about some grill knives. We've talked about fixed blades. The next topic is yours, my friend. Free choice.
Oh my goodness!
Anything you'd like to know or you'd like to throw in? Because I've got one more for you before we close out, but I don't want to hijack the thing.
No, I tell you what, I am. If you don't mind, I'd really like to talk about Blade Show West for a little bit. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, it's always fun to go look at the knives and stuff, and we kind of touched on it before. The shredder is in here. I'm not sure if he's still here. I said, that's going to be one of the highlights of my trip to Blade Show West is to meet the shredder, but it's to meet everyone, the people. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to going there and meeting people and putting, like you said, when we do the lives, it's fun because you get that immediate interaction, but you don't get to meet them face to face. Well, this is an opportunity to do that. And I'm so looking forward. As a matter of fact, I just recorded a channel chat last night with Zach. Right. Zach and I are pretty, we're pretty tight, man. I mean, he's just an amazing human. But anyway, and we kind of did our prepping for Blade Show West, kind of what we're talking about. And that'll post next Saturday. But that's basically what it all comes down to. It's the people. It's the people that we do get to talk to through the live streams and stuff, and meeting them, putting a face to a name, and just getting to say hi. And most of all, I get the opportunity to say thank you.
Yeah,
right.
That's the big thing. I get the opportunity to shake their hand, say thank you for putting your trust in me as a knife reviewer, and I know as just someone that really, really loves what I do, and
generally just giving their time.
Exactly.
In general, just giving their time.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Now, how will you approach it, JB? Will you be at a booth, or are you just going?
I'm a fan, man. Everybody? I'm a fan. I'm walking around. I'm looking at knives. I'm a knife guy just like everybody else. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not working a booth. We're just going to be hanging out. I might get some time to do, interview a couple of people, maybe, obviously make some content for the channel, of course, and to be perfectly honest with you, though, if I don't do that, my feelings aren't going to be hurt too bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. That's just the way I'm approaching it. If we get that opportunity, and there's a couple of people I would like to do that with, of course. and I'm going to have my phone and I'm going to be shooting stuff and saying hi to people. And I don't know, I just kind of might make a collage type video, you know, and just throw a whole bunch of video together and just call it the Blade Show West experience or something like that. You know, just have fun with it. That's the whole thing, is you got to have fun with it.
Yeah.
And then we've got some other stuff set up. Zach is amazing. Like I said, he's got some stuff potentially set up. Don't know for sure, but some places to go check out and hang out, because we're going to be there. You know, the actual Blade Show West is Friday and Saturday, but we're going to be there till Tuesday.
Nice.
So we're going to get some. I'm hoping to do the last Blade Show West that we had. I did Saturday Night Live from Blade Show West, from the after party. That was amazing. Cool. Hopefully get to do that again. I mean, Zach's going to probably do his live on Sunday, and I get to be a part of that.
Very
and cool. Yeah, it's just going to be so much fun.
No, the footage is a must. You have to get as much footage as possible, because me personally as a fan, I would love to see it.
Exactly. Awesome. And I mean, that's of course, that's definitely on the, but like I said, I might just end up being, because you know, just the goofy stuff. Look who I am, but that's the fun stuff. Yeah. That's the fun stuff about it. Maybe just do something like that. If we get an opportunity. If we get an opportunity to do a you know, an interview, you know, actually sit down and talk with somebody, that's fantastic. But I'll tell you what, that's just bonus for me.
Well, Shredder is in the room. Well, Jonathan said can't wait for Blade Show West, so he's in the room. So you're speaking to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We're gonna do. We're doing Blade Show 2022 in Atlanta.
Yep.
So I'm gonna follow your lead. So whatever you do, and I agree with you, man. Go and have fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you take some footage, pop it on Instagram, but go and have fun.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Go find Zeke Manacho and say hey to Zeke. He's an awesome dude, work tough gear guy. I think you'll really like him.
Yeah, they're going to be there. Yeah.
Go holler at them. Tell them Scab sent you. They'll probably kick you out, but don't worry about it. Man, that's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to see you with the shirt.
Oh, there will definitely be something with that. There will definitely. Oh my goodness! There has to be. Absolutely, it'll definitely probably be one of those me just kind of fanboying out with him.
Absolutely, man, that's awesome. I would love one day to go out there and do a video with him. And good Lord,
yeah.
Because they like to beat the snot out of knives, and so do we. That's exciting, man. So now, give me the details on Blade Show West. Where's it at?
It's in Long Beach this year. They've been in Portland the past few years. I believe. Oh, now I don't want to lie to you. I believe it's the Long Beach Convention Center is the name of the facility. I want to say that's the name of the facility.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I hate that. I'm sorry.
Guys, if we're wrong, if anybody knows, put it in there.
Yeah, look it up. And you guys are going to, now, is that a drive for you? That's your.
Oh, we're flying. I'm flying. Yeah. It's about 16 hours.
Okay. Really?
Oh, shoot. Really?
Yeah. Oh, Long Beach. Yeah. It's a ways. You know, that was the bummer about it, because, you know, it being in Portland's 3 hours away. That's a quick drive, you know. But hey, I'm willing to fly to have some fun.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Now, the big question is, how are you going to get your knives there?
Well, that's the thing. Zach and I were actually talking about that last night. We were actually talking about that last night. And
can you bring your knives there? How does it work?
Well,
you don't.
Yeah, I mean the facility actually has a 3-inch and under limit.
Okay.
I know California, you know, people think about California and their knife laws. They actually are pretty lenient on a lot of their knife laws, more lenient than they are here in Washington. You know, like in California, you can carry a little auto like this, less than 2 inches.
which
in
is
Washington,
thinking about it.
In Washington, you can't carry an auto at all. They're illegal to carry. So, I mean, I think California, I'm pretty sure you can wear a fixed blade on your hip. So, I mean, you know, up here, again, you can, but there's limits. You know, basically back to that kind of whole 3.5 inch limit. So, you know, I honestly don't think I'm going to be taking a whole lot of knives with me. One, because I'm flying.
Sure.
Of course.
And, you know, I don't, not to be pessimistic or anything like that, but I like my knives and I want to keep my knives.
Absolutely. That was the thought that went through my head.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take a couple with me. I'll probably bring a couple more home, hopefully, you know. But yeah, I probably won't take that many, to be perfectly honest.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. When we're talking about blade show, for me, that's a drive. It's about a 4.5, 5 hour. But even then, I don't want to walk in. I carry more knives, I dare say, than anybody on this call.
I won't disagree with you, Scab.
I won't either. I won't either.
And people are like, "What do you need that?" Well, I don't need them. I just like them.
Exactly.
I'll literally carry probably 6 knives with me to work. Now I have some, and it's just because I suck at making a choice. You know, it's not some. I'd love to tell you there was this method, and there's not. I've got 6 or 7. I pop them in my pocket. Now I do try. I always have an Emerson. Yeah. Always have an Emerson. Usually my CQC7. I'll have my Billy Waugh, my Medford. I always carry a budget. Yeah. You know, which is good hypothetically if you happen to accidentally have to stab somebody, you want to throw it away, so you want that. Your throwaway knife, you got to have, you know, you just got to think things out. But I always try to carry, if I've got a knife coming up, if I've got a knife, you know, one you throw in the river, y'all know what I'm about. But if you got to carry, I always have one that I'm going to review. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I always try to do that. Like I've got that Tops CQT Magnum that I got from a board.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I love that thing. But I'll carry that, you know, to get used to it and then do the review.
Absolutely.
Now, being a crane rigger, I'm sure. What do you carry daily? Like, what's your daily? This is on me every day, no matter what, going to work.
I have I have 2. I have a Camillus and then I have a Rough Rider, but it's a combo. It's basically a rigger's knife, rope knife. It has a sheep's foot blade and it has a marlin spike. They both do. That's my most used tool, without a doubt.
Okay. And you use that a lot.
I do. Now, when I have knives in for review, I take them with me to work. Especially, I mean, if they're loaner knives or pass around knives, the whole thing is I want to try to keep them in the best condition possible for the next guy. You know, I mean, that's just a courtesy type of thing. But I use it. I get a feel for it. I make, you know, I always have the rigger's knife on me. If I need to do something that could potentially put an edge in jeopardy, I'm going to use my rigger's knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to damage anybody's stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to damage anybody's property or anything like that. But I usually always have a review knife on me. And then I have a secondary blade, something like you said, you know, maybe not necessarily a throwaway knife. I mean, that's not a bad plan. I got to remember that. But, you know, there's a lot of people out there that aren't knife people and don't know how to treat a knife. You know,
absolutely right.
Yeah. Hey, I need to cut this, but I'm going to lay it on this concrete and cut it.
Right.
Okay. All right. That's going to be the knife you get. You know, you know what I mean? So I always have a knife, and, you know, it's around here in this, you know, back to the whole slip joint. I like to call them grandpa's knives. This is not going to freak somebody out in public.
Right.
Like this might.
Right.
You know, and little bit of a story for you, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Bought this house, right? The house we live in, bought it, 12 years ago now. Hadn't been here very long. I'm out front working in the yard, you know, landscaping, getting it, making it our own. And I had a fixed blade on my hip. Just out there walking around, doing my thing. It at that point, it had never left the sheath. All of a sudden, I see a deputy's car roll through the development. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's cool to know. You know, that the sheriff, the deputies are out here patrolling and keeping, you know, just keeping an eye on things. That's awesome. He pulls up to me. I'm like, wow, is this the welcome wagon? What's going on? You know? And he's like, hey, I see you might be the guy I'm looking for. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? He's like, well, I had a report of a man with a knife. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? He's like, no, not at all. I was like, this knife hasn't left the sheath yet. He's like, well, I get it. Yeah, apparently somebody didn't like the fact that I had the knife on my hip in my front yard, working in the yard. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's
you know, so I mean, so that has kind of tempered my whole fixed blade carrying. I mean, if I'm going to get in trouble on my own property in my own front yard,
yeah, man.
Good Lord, what happens when I go to the post office? You know, I'm going to be up against the wall and wearing a nice shiny, you know, those nice shiny bracelets those guys carry with them that kind of connect in the middle. I might be wearing those one day. I don't know.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about Florida, man. I got pulled over the other night, and one thing we do respect the law and respect Leo.
Absolutely.
I got pulled over the other night, and there was we're not getting into all that anyway. Long story short, and that's why we were a little later today. I was at the DMV getting that solved. They had to take my tag. So I said, all right. And so he comes back to the window. He said, Mr. Bond, you got any pliers? I said, so you want my tools to take my tag? And it was a younger kid, and he just looked at me. I said, do you mind if I get out? He said, if you don't. So I get out, and I'm helping the guy out, right? I'm taking my own tag. So we walk around inside the truck, and I open the door. I said, if you don't mind, I'm trying to find my socket set. And so I'm here, JB, and his light's in my back seat. And I'm like, hey, bud, I need your light up here. Goes, yeah, but I'm looking at that big-ass sword you got right. I had the cold steel Chinese war machete in the back.
Machete.
Not thinking. I said, oh, well, then you'd love this one. I turn around with my D-Bat Old World war buoy that's about a 16-inch. He's like, well, hey, man, you got to put that thing down. I'm standing there, and people going by probably thought I was about to get shot because I'm holding a knife.
Yeah.
And it hit me. I said, I'm so sorry. He said, it's cool, and I like it, but I said, no. But see, in Florida, you can walk around like Joe's got the Chinese war sword. I can throw that on my back and go to the woods. Now, somebody's going to call the law, but they're not going to say anything to you. But that's the difference. That's crazy, man, walking around your own. Yeah.
And I mean,
I've got one of those in my truck, so that's why they were
nice.
A little worried about it.
Nice. No, and he was completely cool about it. He was completely cool because he knew it was nothing. You know, he wasn't. Yeah, I know.
All right, so guys, I'm going to be the killjoy here. Okay, we got 10 minutes left on this. Sorry, guys, I got to be the mediator here. I got to control shit, man. Well, we got 10 minutes left on this. Let's try to. I mean, I don't think we're going to start up a new live. So let's try to finish everything up within the 10 minutes. So 10-minute warning. 10-minute warning.
All righty. All right. No, dude, guys, I'm just I'm just so pleased that you guys asked me to do this. It's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun, and you know, if we can get a lot of cross conversation between, you know, like I said before, I mean, You've got the sword world, you got the big knife world, you got the EDC world, you've got
bushcraft.
But we're all part of the same.
Yeah.
We're all in the same. We're all in the same boat here. I mean, we really are. And I think this was a great idea, and I really, really appreciate you guys inviting me on to do this. I've had an absolutely wonderful time.
It was our pleasure. It was our pleasure.
This is a new venture for us.
Yeah.
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 You know, the live. And we'll have to do it. I'd love to have you back again. Real quick, I said that a million times. It ain't happened, but it will this time. Let's cover who we want to cover. We want to get Zach's stuff.
Yep.
Again, guys, if you're just coming in the room, Zach's stuff. It's important that you subbed to him for JB, and there's going to be money going to charity for that.
Absolutely.
Donnie B all day if you'd sub to him. And the other one I really wanted to hammer home is just Ron T. Sawyer. Ron's just a salt of the earth guy. He's trying to get, he may even be at 500 now, but Zach's stuff. And that's one of the big reasons yesterday you did a heartfelt video, and let's really push that. And then thank you for being here, man.
Oh yeah. It's definitely near and dear to me.
I mean,
absolutely.
It was our pleasure, and I would love to be able to kind of do it again someday.
Sure. Yeah. I'm game.
Yeah.
I'm game. Absolutely.
So
just let me know.
Having some technical issues with Scab's camera. I guess I don't know if he's coming back in. She's kind of frozen on his chair.
Where the hell are you at? Okay.
It's the power of the chair. It's the power of the chair.
Power of the chair.
Yeah, the chair's emanating. Well, I do. I have to be at work here in about an hour and 20 minutes. So, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
Me too.
Joe, are we going to do this are you putting it out in 2 segments? I guess we'll have to, right?
Well, it's live, so the other one's posted already. So as soon as I end this session, it's going to be, it's going to go on. I mean, I'll try to go back and put some things in the description. If you guys can text me some things you want me to put in, I would appreciate it. And this way I'll fill up the description with some things that we were talking about. But this was a fantastic show, guys. I kind of was a spectator here. I was loving watching you guys talk knives and it was great. We've talked about community. We spoke about just the whole reasoning of why we YouTube, why we're Blade brothers and sisters, and what makes this community so absolutely fantastic. And I personally love to be a part of it. I'm honored to be a part of it, and I was honored to speak to you, JB. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and I'm hoping we can definitely get together and do this every once in a while. I think it's fantastic, just kind of getting all our communities together and being in one room. I mean, and guys, I'm sorry if we didn't get to your live chats and into your comments. We were just so involved in our conversations and stuff, but I thank you for everyone that passed into my channel to tune into us, tune into JB. I'm hoping that we could all just kind of join together as one, and I appreciate all of your comments and all of your contributions, and for even all the subs that you guys are making just from like the live chat and from us mentioning it. I really do appreciate it. And you guys want to close it off? Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Well, we'll do this. Let's do this. JB, I'd love to have you on, and I know time's always a thing, but maybe after Blade Show West, can we set something up? Let's set something up, because I'd love to get your feedback and your
that sounds
take off of that.
Sure.
And for my part, guys, again, I'm Scab, Choir Boys Cutlery. Thank you to everybody who's here. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed, to everybody that we hammered home community. That's what this one was about.
Right.
Absolutely.
Loved having you here. I'm going to turn it over to Joe and JB to let them wrap it up. But guys, I love y'all. God bless y'all. And I'm Scab and you're not. Joe, wrap us up.
So, guys, listen, thank you for joining us on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. We really do appreciate your time. It could be early in the day for you, it could be late in the day for you, or it could be right in the middle of work. And we're so happy that so many of you joined our chat and joined our conversations. And we appreciate each and every one of you more than you know. So thanks for joining us, JB. Enjoy the rest of the day. We love you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who joined us. And until next Blade Talk, guys, peace out. Don't forget our vets. We love you all, and thanks for joining us. All right? Have a good one, guys. Thanks, Scab. Thanks, JB. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you. Signing off.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. Okay, so let me just get out of this. I may take me a while to get the hell out of here. So, so let me just stop this stream.